Happy 4th of July, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick video just to recommend some movies that are great to watch on or around the 4th of July. I did a video about 3 years ago recommending some movies. This one is probably got twice as many movies, so you can go back and check that one out, but I'm going to cover the same things in this one as well, plus a bunch of other stuff, because there's been other stuff over the years that I found out about that took place on 4th of July, things like that, or have acquired in my collection. So anyway, I'm going to be watching some of these movies. I already have. I watched Return of the Living Dead last night, which I'll show off in a minute. But it's always fun to pair horror films with holidays. So these here are all horror films that take place on or around 4th of July, or that I just feel are good to watch around this time of year. So here we go. So no particular order here. First off, the Purge movies. So just kind of a patriotic type deal. The Purge films, definitely recommend watching those. I actually like all these films a lot, some more than others, but it's fun to check out the Purge films around 4th of July, so recommend all of those. Next up here, I had to throw these in here, even though not technically horror, but I do consider like alien films to be horror films sometimes. So, but Independence Day, we can't have 4th of July without talking about Independence Day. This is the 4K set that contains both films. The second one's not great, but I think it's fun. But the first one's a classic, so gotta watch Independence Day this time of year for sure. Next up, Jaws. You have to watch Jaws around 4th of July, and this is in 4K. So now we can check out Jaws in 4K with this awesome lenticular slip there. And it's one of those slip boxes that comes with the 4K inside, and this looks absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't gotten to pick this up, it's not very expensive, and it's definitely worth the upgrade. So it looked great on Blu-ray, but that 4K is amazing if you're able to watch 4K. Next up here, a couple shark films. We'll start with this one. Jersey Shore Shark Attack does take place on 4th of July, so not a great movie, but if you like crappy shark movies like me, you got to check it out, right? I have a bunch of those. Then this movie I think is really cool, actually, and this pack, I was so glad that it finally got released, this Shark Bait 6 killer shark films, because it had some great movies I was always after, and one of those is Go Shark, which was out of print. So Go Shark is on here. Go Shark is a 4th of July film. It's a fun one. I highly recommend it. I'm probably going to watch that one today. Actually, it is the 4th of July today. And then also this had Santa Jaws on it, which doesn't have anything to do with 4th of July, but you got to check out Santa Jaws at Christmas time if you haven't seen it. So next up, this one's really good, and it takes place around 4th of July, or on 4th of July, and that is The Bay. And this is a Barry Levinson found footage film. Kind of really, pertains to what's been going on in the world today, because it's kind of an infection type film. But yeah, really creepy, really solid movie. I highly recommend checking it out. I need to watch it again because it's been a while. Next up, I mentioned this at the first, and that is Return of the Living Dead. We all know the first frame of the film says July 3rd, 1984. This is an amazing movie. I watched it last night. I never get tired of it. Love Return of the Living Dead. You got to check that one out. And we get this amazing Scream Factory edition now that has the original artwork there as well. So such a cool edition. Gotta watch it. Next up, this one doesn't take place on 4th of July, but it does take place at a barbecue, and that is Divac, kind of a lost found footage film. This one was put out by Warlock Video, so it doesn't have the best artwork or anything, but it's a fun, if you like shot on video stuff, check it out. It has to do with the barbecue, so we all barbecue on 4th of July, so why not check that one out as well. This one just more for the patriotic aspect, because I believe it takes place on spring break, but it's 2001 Maniacs with Robert Englund. I think this movie is a lot of fun. Robert Englund is crazy in it, and I love his performance. So fun one to check out, or at least I recommend checking out. It can't be 4th of July without Uncle Sam. That's right, you gotta watch Uncle Sam. Love this movie, love that it's on Blu-ray, and yeah, Uncle Sam is just awesome. So check it out, great slasher. Then this one actually also takes place on 4th of July, and that is I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've always been a big fan of this film and the second one. But, you know, if you're going to watch this one, why not watch, you know, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and then I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. So great ones to watch around 4th of July as well. And then just another patriotic one here, and this could go even at Memorial Day, things like that, but that is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Just a fun flick that I recommend, but fun one, another one check out around 4th of July. I usually like watching, you know, horror films, presidential horror films, things like that. Another good one's the Washingtonians that I didn't grab. I think that was a Masters of Horror, but that's a really good one too. Then another good 4th of July flick, because this one takes place on 4th of July, and you also get a young Sam Elliott, and I believe he has, no mustache in this one as well, and that is Frogs. And this is the Scream Factory double bill with Food of the Gods, but Frogs is a fun creature feature. You know, it's called Frogs, but it's really about snakes and bugs and all kinds of stuff, but there are frogs in it, but you can't go wrong. Look at that cover with that hand hanging out of that frog's mouth. But I think on the back here, you can kind of see, if I can get close enough, yep, there's a young Sam Elliott with no mustache. He has the signature mustache now, but that was before that. And he's actually good in this flick. But it's kind of like a Hitchcock, you know, The Birds type feature, but with, animals. But it does take place around 4th of July. Very swampy, very bayou kind of feeling. But check out Frogs if you've never seen it. Fun one. Couple more here. This one, just because it's called An American Nightmare, and it's a good documentary about the golden age of horror flicks. So, you know, what's more patriotic than the golden age of horror films? So if you haven't seen An American Nightmare, check that one out as well. And then the last one I have here, and I know I've talked fast, I just wanted to get through these pretty quick. But the last one I have here, I'm actually going to watch today. I haven't seen this, and it's called The Evil in Us. And this one takes place on 4th of July. It even says on the back, 6 school friends meet up for a 4th of July celebration on a remote island off the Washington coast for a weekend of fun and partying, but the good times quickly turn into a nightmare when they unknowingly take a new bioactive drug containing a virus that causes fits of psychotic rage. You know, of course it does. So, but I'm going to check this one out. It sounds fun. On the bottom there, it says side effects may include insomnia, rage, and cannibalism. So yeah, new 4th of July flick to check out. I've had this one a while, but haven't watched it. So what better day than to watch today? So anyway, guys, that was just a quick, I know I went through them really quick, but just a quick little video showing off some things I highly recommend, some horror films I recommend watching on around 4th of July. Hope everybody has a fun and safe holiday, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, you know, if you haven't. And also, I'm going to be, again, trying to make more videos, which I'm definitely doing. So I will continue to do that. I've got a lot of more fun things I want to do. So yeah, so everybody have a great day and great 4th, and I will see you guys soon.